So apparently I blinked and June passed us by. I feel like I'm saying it every month that this year is going by so quickly. So I thought I would bring you my non-essential spending update for June. It is a couple of days early, but I'm going away for the weekend, and so I won't have time to film over the weekend. And so I thought I'd get it done now, and honestly the only thing I'm going to spend money on over this weekend is petrol. I don't see any other expenses, so I thought I'd just do a total up now whilst I've got time to film the video. So we're in the journal. As always, we're on our non-essential spending tracker, and we will work down the list. I can see just by looking, there are far fewer areas of spending. There's a lot of blank ones, which is a great start. And had I not been working in my garden and updating my garden and doing the whole garden makeover thing, this month would have been my lowest spend all year. But if you've seen my garden makeover video, you will know I set myself a little budget for that, which I did stick to, but obviously that was an added expense, and I've put that in household expenses, which is right at the bottom of the list. If you've not seen my garden makeover video, I will pop it up above so you can go and check it out. Now that it's done, if you've not seen it, you can see right from the beginning till the end with the before and after. So go and check that out. All right, working down the list, we have got fast food and takeaway, still zero. I'm still proud of that. The fact that I have just not wanted fast food, I've not had any cravings for fast food, and I've been pretty good with my eating with the exception of my birthday week. There was a lot of cake that week. But other than that, no fast food, no takeaway. So that's great, I'm glad that's still going. I feel like I've got a bit of momentum with that now. Like I'm a little bit on a roll, like maybe I can keep that going, because you know, like when you get into something, it's almost like a challenge in your head. I guess kind of like a streak of some sort, like you don't want to break the streak. For example, if anyone's got a Time Hop. Time Hop is a terrible example of this. Sorry, tangent already. What am I, 3 minutes into filming? I've got the Time Hop app on my phone, and I have had it on, I don't know if it's my last 2 phones or 3 phones, but luckily it remembers when you transfer your phone, it remembers on your account how far you got up to, and you have a streak on that if you check your Time Hop every day, and all it does is remind you what you posted on social media on this day for all the years you've had social media. And I have a streak of nearly 7 years on that, which is absolutely terrifying. But I just open that app and scroll through every single day, and because that streak is so long, I can't possibly break it now. I keep thinking, like, I don't even pay attention to what I'm checking half the time, and it usually pops up when I get to work, so I just quickly, you know. And I know my anniversary on that is my dad's birthday, so I must have started it or downloaded it on my dad's birthday, and this year, my dad's birthday is in July, this year will be 7 years. The fact that I have checked that app every single day without fail for 7 years. Yeah, I mean, granted it takes like 10 seconds of my day, but that is commitment. But do you see what I mean? Like once you get into a positive, like rolling habit of something where it's been going on for a while, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to break that now. That was definitely what I was like the first year I did my no buy and I didn't buy clothes for 6 months. It got to the point where I was like, but I've done 6 months, I can't possibly buy anything, because then I'll break that streak of 6 months. I think I've got the same thing going on now with fast food. I don't want to break this running streak of how long I've gone. And so it kind of gives me the motivation not to spend in that area. So I digress, it doesn't take me long, did it? Second on the list is media. Now judge me not, but I downloaded all the Bridgerton soundtracks. Only the ones where it's like the well-known songs done orchestrally, not sure that's a word. You know what I mean? Not like the entire soundtrack with all the other bits and pieces on. I wanted them for my car. It's quite nice actually listening to just instrumental and not vocals. It's been a nice change. It's been quite nice and soothing. But that was £20.28 I spent on all of those little bits and bobs combined. Horse riding. I've not actually had a horse riding lesson this month. Or I've not had to pay for one. I've had one, but it was booked and paid for in May. And I had one booked, but I've had to cancel it because of the plans that are coming up this weekend. I was supposed to go on Sunday. And so I've actually not been back since I had my fall, which is really not good because everyone says, you know, you've got to get straight back on. And granted, I did get straight back on after the fall, but then I've not had another lesson since, and I really need to make sure I sort that out. So hopefully I will go the week after, but it's really hard to get the sessions, like unless you book way in advance. So given that I've not sort of got 2 or 3 weeks ahead of booking it, it's unlikely that I'll get a lesson next week. So I need to make sure I do that. So nothing on horse riding. Beauty appointments was £35 because I had my nails done. It's not gonna focus. They are actually growing out now because I had them done 3 weeks ago. It was before my first weekend of birthday celebrations where I got all dressed up in my new dress. And if you've not seen all the posts on my Instagram, I got a little bit carried away. To do with that, I will pop some pictures up and about. So I got my nails done. I got the blue tips specifically to match my dress. So that was quite nice. That was £35. I did actually spend some money on clothes this month. There was this new shop in the MacArthur Glen outlets in the West Midlands, the one in Cannock. I was actually there looking for a bag, but I didn't get one. And they've got this shop which, from what I can make out, it seems like the brands have unsold items that they're giving to this shop, and then the money the shop raises, it gives to charity. And I can't for the life of me remember what the charity was. But it seemed like they had a lot of things from a small selection of the same shop, and then like repeats of the same item in different sizes. So that's what I imagine is going on there. Like the shop gets to the end of the line and they haven't sold all these things, and so maybe they sell them cheaper to this shop to then sell on for charities. Maybe they donate them, I'm not sure. But I found a lovely pair of white trousers for £15. So I had those. It's just sort of an extra that will fit in with the capsule wardrobe. Great for summer. They're just white trousers, wide leg, creases down the front, high-waisted, look good with a belt. Kind of just goes with the whole Ralph Lauren shirt, trousers, belt combo that I seem to just live in. And I also got a pair of shoes. These are from Moda Impelle, and these were £50.49. So my total spend for clothing was £65.49. And I've been looking for ages for a pair of shoes like this, and I've been back and forth like on Fairfax and Favour and similar sort of brands, just not being able to justify that sort of price when it comes to footwear. And I say that because I am so incredibly heavy-footed. I wear through shoes very quickly, and I have this thing where I wear just the same few pairs of shoes over and over again, so it's not like I'm only getting a wear out of them every now and then and they last ages. I re-wear my shoes all the time. So I got these ones, they're super comfy, and £50 is much more, you know, I think a good price point for me to get like a nice quality pair of shoes. Like they're not just going to wear out after one wear, they're actually going to last, they're very comfortable, but sort of with no delusion that I'm going to have them for years and years to come, because I will wear them out. I also wear them to death. Like I've got a pair of black winter boots that I basically wore every day, not even just for winter, like as we went into autumn, all through winter, probably till about April or May, I was still wearing them. I've only had them for about a year, and they're so scruffy now because of how worn out they are. But it's because I wear them practically every day. And now these are my ones I'm wearing every day. And so I know they're gonna wear out. So despite the fact that I would love some Fairfax and Favour shoes, I can't justify spending that on something I know I'm gonna wear out so easily. Loved those, thought they were the perfect sort of, not only the colour and texture I wanted to go with my wardrobe, but it is just that vibe, it's that aesthetic, so really happy with those. Accessories, I spent £15.28 on some little gloves, and then it is like a scarf, but I kind of used it as a wrap for when I was out for my birthday in my House of CB dress. And then eating out, I went out for a meal with one of my friends 2 days before my birthday, and that cost me £28.80. I did treat myself to a mocktail and a dessert because, you know, it was my birthday week. And in fairness, that was pretty much the only thing I had to spend money on for my whole birthday week. I was treated quite a lot, so that was very lovely of you know, the lovely people around me. Gifts was just one this month, and that was £15 on a voucher to finish off my dad's Father's Day present to go with his CD and the chocolates, which I bought last month. And so that was quite nice and easy. Shooting is 0. I have been in June, but it was either the 1st or the 2nd of June, so it was paid for the previous month, although maybe that means I've got shooting footage I've not shown you. So I might put some shooting footage up on the screen. And then the very last thing was house, but it was actually garden. All of it was garden. As I've said, if you've not been to watch my garden update video, you can see not only the cost breakdown from where this number comes from, but all the work me and my mum have done in my garden to make it look a bit less unloved and a bit more English country garden, which I'm excited to enjoy in the summer. I've already been out so many mornings just having my morning coffee, or I've had my dinner out there a couple of times because actually summer has found us. It's stopped raining for all of 2 days and it is warm. It has been so warm today. It is currently 24 degrees and that is lovely. That is nice. That is sit out in the sun weather. Loving that, and I can feel it reflected in my mood, to be perfectly honest. I do very well in bright sunny weather. That being said, I will complain if I'm too hot, so. But anyway, in the garden, I spent £380.85. So, as I said, without that, June was easily the low spend month. It was way, way lower. It would have been lower than all of the others, but because of that, it obviously was not. We have a grand total of £560.70, which is the 3rd lowest of the 6 months so far. So in the lower half, which I guess is good. And I've got something really lovely to show for what I've spent, something that I can enjoy all throughout the summer. Looking forward into July, it's quite difficult for me to judge because I will be off work for the summer. I say off work. I will be working from home quite a bit because I have so much work to actually do. So it's, you know, I'm off work for the summer, but I'll be working anyway. I'm hoping, not that I particularly want to be working through what is meant to be my holiday, but at least it will probably keep me at home and not spending too much money. But there is likely going to be times when I'm going out and doing things. So it's quite difficult to put myself on any restrictions. But having a look, if I can keep fast food and takeaway at 0, I will be a very happy bunny. I don't see myself needing any more media. I am going to try and book a riding lesson, maybe even 2. I don't see any more beauty appointments coming up. Clothes is still very much the same situation in that I'm on the hunt for a few bits and bobs for my summer holiday, but I have until August to sort that out, and so if it happens in July, fine. If it happens in August, fine. I'm not really too picky, but I think anything that's not related to that, I should try and tighten the screws a little bit. Likewise with accessories, if I can buy things that work with the accessories I've already got, that will save me buying more accessories, which would be great. Eating out, we have got my dad's birthday coming up, so there could be something there. Experiences and travel, that's gonna be where the money is spent in July, just because my boyfriend and I have decided we're going to try and do similarly to what we did for my birthday. So he took me to the Four Seasons for afternoon tea and we stayed in a gorgeous like country manor hotel just for a night, spent the time exploring the gardens. Like, it was beautiful, so relaxing. We kind of said it'd be nice to keep that going for our birthdays. So rather than buying presents, we have that to look forward to. And his birthday is also in July. So we're going to try and get something booked in, but working around his work is going to be a bit fiddly. So remains to be seen, but that could be an expense there, and that'll be quite an expensive one. Hobbies should be 0. Side hustles, I've still not reordered my proof copies for my Amazon KDP, and so that would be my only expense. But at the minute, I know they're done, they're just waiting for me to check, and I've not got an awful lot of drive to be doing that. I am exam marking at the minute, as well as all the stuff I've got with work, as well as YouTube and Instagram. I kind of feel like I've got a lot going on already without also focusing on KDP. I think I do better with that when I focus on it when I'm feeling passionate about it. And it's not that I'm not passionate, it's just that I can't give a lot to it at the moment. And it just kind of feels like another thing to worry about. So I'm gonna wait until I feel sort of ready to take that on again. And I know people say, like, if you want to run a business, you've got to be 100% behind it, but I'm not really running it as a primary business. It's kind of just something that's running in the background, and it earns me a little bit of money here and there as people stumble upon my notebooks and journals and things and find something they like. Otherwise, it just kind of sits and waits for me, and I'll just, you know, take the sprinkling as it comes. Other beauty, again, the only thing I can think of that I need is my eyebrow gel is running out, but they're quite deceptive. Like, it could be running, I think it's running out, it could still have quite a bit left in it, so I might need one of those. Gifts. As I said, we've got Dad's birthday coming up. Mum and sister are August, so there could be a bit of spend going on in gifts. I've got nothing planned for shooting again next month, and I think we've probably spent enough on house, although I am getting itchy feet in terms of decorating. I know I want to do stuff in the living room, not a lot, but knowing how much I've spent on the garden, I'm kind of like, oh, I should wait, but there is stuff I want to do. I definitely want to do my office, and there's a tiny bit I want to do with my bedroom. But that's most of the rooms in my house though, to be fair. But I am aware of money, and I do keep getting into my head about, if this is not my forever home, should I be spending a lot of money on it? And, you know, I've already done that with the garden. Granted, what I spent the most money on was the furniture, and I could take that with me if I moved. But a lot of the things like the plants, probably many of them wouldn't come with me. And if I start spending money on sort of decorating, am I throwing money away? I get into my head about it because I think I should save the money I'm earning so that when I do get into my forever home, I can do whatever I want and it can be incredible. But I think I'm probably overthinking that a little bit. We'll see. So I've got no immediate plans. Well, I have got plans for house, but I don't know if I'll action them. So it remains to be seen. As long as I continue to be thoughtful about purchases, which I think is almost like ingrained in me by this point, I think we'll be okay. And so that is the non-essential spend for June. As always, let me know in the comments how you are getting on with your own. I won't be immediately on my replies for this one because as this video goes live, I will either already be driving home across the country or about to. So forgive me if I don't immediately jump on your replies, but I will get around to them. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and if you're sticking around to watch another video, I will pop one on the screen that I think you might enjoy. Until next time, take care, bye!